Welcome to the Weekday Report for Thursday, October 10th. I'm Joe Potente. Here's a brief look at the news. It appears the Menominee Nation has an agreement with Hard Rock International to develop and manage the proposed Kenosha casino. The deal was expected to be announced at a news conference today. Media outlets began reporting the agreement Wednesday evening, but Menominee officials declined to offer specifics. Owned by the Florida-based Seminole tribe, Hard Rock has developed casinos and hotels in Florida and several other states. Kenosha Mayor Keith Bosman and his administration are proposing a 1.48% increase in the city's tax levy for 2014. Bosman said he believes it's the least controversial budget he has presented in his 5 years in office. Among other things, the plan calls for adding 8 additional city employees, including an arborist to deal with the emerald ash borer and 2 development and inspections positions. The City Council will begin to tackle the budget in committee meetings in the coming weeks. A public hearing and final adoption are expected in late November. A 29-year-old Kenosha man faces multiple charges and citations after his alleged 4th drunken driving offense led to a crash that killed a 5-year-old boy in Summers on Tuesday. Marcus A. Thornton was driving a minivan that failed to stop at a stop sign at highways EA and E and struck another minivan driven by 20-year-old Madison McCullum of Summers. McCullum's 5-year-old brother, Bailey, a backseat passenger, was pronounced dead at the scene. Madison McCullum remained in stable condition at Frederick Hospital on Wednesday. James Ely was sentenced Wednesday to life in prison for the 2006 murder of Treva resident Mary Hutchison while she was working at a Burger King in Lindenhurst, Illinois. The 49-year-old Ely was convicted in May. He had previously worked with Hutchison at the Burger King. He strangled her to death during an early morning robbery on November 26, 2006. In court, Ely denied killing Hutchison and said he will fight the conviction until he dies. Renovation work continues at Kenosha's Simmons Field. John Kadovich checked it out Wednesday and filed this report.
Work continued on Wednesday at Simmons Field to prepare it for Kenosha's newest baseball team. Crews installed large concrete pieces in advance of installing new, albeit used, seats. Those seats came from Baltimore's Camden Yards, where new chairs were installed several years ago. Officials from Kenosha Baseball, the Madison-based group bringing a Northwoods League team here next year, and city dignitaries and others plan to be here next Wednesday for a ceremonial seat installation. The first ones will be placed behind home plate and one at first base. Officials said about 95% of the work should be done by late November, which is when they plan to introduce the stadium, the new team, and its logo to the public. They had expected to be open earlier that month, but poor soil in several locations caused delays. In any case, the reconstructed stadium will be ready in April for high school games and in June for the Northwoods League teams. I'm John Kadovich, reporting for the Kenosha News.
Thanks, John. What's trending today? Mayor Keith Bosman's proposed 1.48% tax levy increase was announced a week after County Executive Jim Cruiser proposed a 1.85% hike for the county government. Do these sound like reasonable increases to you, given increases in the cost of living? Tell us on our Facebook page. Up next are Brian Sharkey and Liz Snyder with some Get Out entertainment ideas.
Hi, I'm Brian Sharkey.
And I'm Liz Snyder with your entertainment news.
This week, the Get Out section offers a guide to spooky Halloween happenings.
Yes, we'll give you the scoop on pumpkin drops, haunted houses, night hikes, and other things that go bump in the night.
Another popular Halloween attraction is Fright Fest at Six Flags Great America. You'll find haunted houses, spooky shows, and plenty of creepy characters roaming around the theme park in Gurnee, Illinois.
And Second Saturday in downtown Kenosha also takes on a creepy vibe for October, with events that are linked to the Big Read and Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, and activities include radio plays based on Poe's stories, a monster bash at the Kenosha Public Museum, and the world premiere of an opera noir at the Rhodey Center for the Arts.
That is a lot of cool stuff.
New movies opening this weekend include the Tom Hanks high seas drama Captain Phillips, based on a true story.
For all these stories and more, see Friday's Get Out entertainment section. I'm Liz Snyder.
I'm Brian Sharkey.
Get out and have some fun.
Thanks, Brian and Liz. Now here's a look at what we're working on today. James Lawson will be at today's casino announcement at Dairyland Greyhound Park, And our sports staff will have a preview of Friday night's football matchup between Franklin and undefeated Indian Trail. Pick up a copy of the Kenosha News and check kenoshanews.com for all the details on these stories and more. I'm Joe Potente with the Weekday Report.